Yeah, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the Oni. This is a Japanese Tier 7 heavy tank, and the map is Windstorm. This is actually the first time I'm playing this tank. It's a very large tank. It's one of the few massive large tanks in the game. It might be the largest, I'm not sure. These Japanese tanks, they're very slow. They're very large. The armor's pretty good, even though there's nothing special about the design. The guns are pretty powerful. They don't aim very quickly. Yeah, there's nothing good about being here. Well, they're definitely all right there.
Ready to fire. We didn't even scratch them. We've lost some ammo, but at least it didn't explode. Let's find another target. Permission to engage. We didn't even scratch them. Where'd they go?
So this tank decided to jump right in front of me. I don't know what his thinking is, but...
Bail out. This vehicle is had it.
That's too bad. The Oni. Now, that was actually my first game with the Oni. I'm going to show you the Oho. You can see that these tanks are just absolutely massive. They take 6 crew members. If you watch my other videos, you'll know that I like it when there's more crew members because the way the experience works is that if they get 1,000, each one gets 1,000. It's not split or divided. So you can train more people at the same time when you have more crew members. In addition, certain things like the loader have a strong advantage when you have 2 crew members, because what you can do is anytime you have a perk, it's an advantage to have more than one crew member, because one of them can have one perk and the other one can have another perk, and they usually don't stack. So if they have one skill and they have different perks, you can take advantage of both perks. It'd be easier to do that than to have one guy with 2 perks. It would take a lot longer to get both perks. And especially with a loader where their skill set is not that great. So we've got 3 types of guns here. 175, 300, 190, 330. There's a derp gun, but these 2 guns, they're not that much different. I mean, the penetration of 175 as compared to 190 is not that much of an improvement. Or to go from 200 to 215, obviously you're going to take whatever you can get. And for this derp gun that does 700 damage, you know, the derp guns are always nice, especially if you know how to play them. When I first started out, I really didn't know much about playing with those types of guns, and there were a lot of people that swore by them. Now I absolutely love them because I've learned the technique, I've learned how to spot the right targets, etc. The radio range on the tank is not very high. It's only 550, but that's really not that important because it's such a slow tank that even if you knew where the enemy was, it would take you forever to get there. The engine, 1,200 horsepower. That's pretty good. That's 1,100 engine power. So it's got amazing engine power. Let's look at that tech tree. These are the Japanese tanks. You can see everything that's on the bottom here is what will be added. Chances are you already have it in the game. And I would say that the Type 4 Heavy and the Type 5 Heavy, they're nearly identical tanks. So once you get to the Type 4, the Type 5 might have a different gun on it or something like that, but the gameplay is going to be nearly identical. The ONI and the OHO don't expect a lot of differences. I would say that probably the tanks that come before it are going to be a little bit different, but the ones that come after are going to be very much the same. So let's get into another game. Let's see how we did also, of course. Okay, this is going to be Murovanka, and it's an encounter battle. Okay, so what's the general rule? First thing you want to know is how many artillery the enemy has. They only have one. It's an FV-304. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It doesn't do a lot of damage. The second thing is, we are a slow tank. It's an encounter game. That means we should head towards the base. The last thing you want to do is be far from the base, be the last guy on the team, and then have to go reset the cap. I would say that people who play that are noobs. You know, there's going to be people who say no fast cap. You know, don't listen to people who say stupid things like that. You know, this tank is slow. It needs to head towards the base area as soon as possible. You can see there's another Japanese heavy tank right next to me. You can see how large they are.
Let's get this show on the road.
And it dwarfs the KV-1. Definitely a lot faster than the KV-1. Normally I play in the center of the map. I would recommend the same thing. This tank, you could absolutely go to the center of the map and get some good gameplay out of it in the center as well. It's too bad I missed a shot on that guy.
Ready to fire. Enemy armor is hit.
Now you'll hear me talk about in other videos about how I aim at one tank and shoot at another.
Where'd they go?
That was an example. I was already lining up on the SU-122 while my gun was pointed at the ELC.
Target acquired.
Oh, that would have been so nice if I had hit him.
Target released.
So I was backing up, but I actually needed to just stay where I was
Penetration.
to get a shot on this guy. And he doesn't seem to be too bright.
Ready to fire.
Yeah, you stay right there, buddy.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
It's very poor game playing on an encounter battle to be far away from the cap. You know, the tanks that are out there, especially the heavy tanks, it's not the way you want to play. It's one thing if you've got a fast tank,
Target acquired.
but these guys don't.
Enemy is hit. Penetration. Where'd they go?
You don't get a lot of points for capping. If you go and cap immediately and win, you'll get very little points. However, it's a good strategy to get the enemy team to upset their gameplay.
Enemy armor is damaged.
You know, force them to rush the cap and defend the cap and then kill them on their way in. I mean, it's the way to play the game. Most people are just not bright enough to play it. Okay, that's the game. That is the ONI. I got number 2 for the team for damage. For EXP, I did number 5. I would say I had a slow start. I wanted to go to the cap, but then I changed my mind and decided to play more to the center of the map. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please post below.